All right, this is going to be a project I think with probably a bit of a longer term trajectory. It is a version of the Battlemaster or the Bigfoot from Doug Ram. Battlemaster, of course, from MechWarrior BattleTech, and this is one of the unseen versions or the unseen design that was coming from Doug Ram that was sort of removed from the game or silently disappeared, replaced with the other newer design that is not this design, I guess. But I really kind of enjoy this animations or the anime style of the Battlemaster. And that's what I'm trying to emulate here. I am using the actual model kit. There is a model kit I have unbuilt that's pretty old, and the instructions are fairly helpful, but interestingly enough, they don't really show all the angles that you might need to see behind parts and whatever, just sort of an exploded view from 3/4 of the parts coming together, so you can't really get super in depth at what you're copying or look at what you're copying. So it's just kind of inferring what's behind other objects based on the lines that lead behind it, sort of deal. And I'm trying my best to guess at the scale and position of things, especially since some of the arms are moved and repositioned in that 3/4 view or that orthogonal 3/4 view on the instructions. There are some pictures on the side of the box which are pretty helpful and show a bit more than the instructions. However, I do have the parts still with the model kit, so I can kind of turn those around in my hands to see what they'll look like. But being as lazy as I am, I don't really feel like opening up the box and digging through the parts to find what I'm looking for. So, what I'm hoping to do when I get this blocked out, all these parts, all the difficult aspects of the shape sort of worked out here, is create a posable 3D print of it. And the one thing I'm going to have to probably spend some time doing is engineering a set of joints. I think I already have a stable of things I can try from previous mech builds that I've made, and maybe making some improvements on some of the way that they come together so they don't flop around so much. Maybe there's a little more friction in the hold, and they're maybe a little more sturdy. But there are different things you can do, like make them separate or plug in able, as in just the joint piece that attaches to the arm and the base or whatever, to the appendage and the base out of PLA or stronger material and just glue it together. Or I could try a print in place. I got a couple things in mind I could try or go for with this at least. Printing in place might be the easiest to do, quickest. I don't know how, I've had various luck with that in the actual printer as it fails or the print fails or the joint sticks and it just kind of cracks when I try to loosen it. But we will give everything a shot because it's kind of all about the fun, not necessarily finding the frustration. Try to make it fun anyway. Um, and that is about it. Just kind of, I guess, journaling a little bit of the progress on this project. Maybe a longer term effort. Just am really focused on the moment at blocking this out and getting all the parts out in a rough fashion. And I can kind of go in and refine them as I go, tweaking details and position and size and scale. And we're just winging it again, dead reckoning on the way it looks from my reference. And so far as the positions and sizes of parts go, there is a fella out there who does similar things to these mechs, these old anime designs, and he's really mathematically precise with it. I think he bases his measurements and scale off the average height of the guy or the figure, estimating that the pilot would be roughly 6 foot tall or something to that effect, and moving through it and measuring it appropriately and coming up with the size and scale. But I'm just kind of curious as if that would be extremely difficult, seeing it's just all hand-drawn art and the scales are sort of not really held up all that the tolerances for those scales aren't held up all that tight in the reference drawings that you might be looking at from the anime, but he pulls it off, and it's fairly impressive. Anywho, I'm just gonna kind of finish fleshing this out for a little bit more and call it a video. So if you stuck around this long, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and hopefully I can get the time to push through this project and finish it. Goodbye.